What do you do for a living again?
I retired Army
Oh, it's retired Army.
in 2011. I do their communications, the radios and stuff.
So you probably like that field. Communications, IT.
I fell into that field.
Okay.
In the Army, I was a medic.
A medic. What was something you would say you're really passionate about?
Love the snow ski.
The snow ski. Okay, let's say snow ski. Because you love to snow ski, I'm sure you know it just naturally comes to you the different brands and parts of snow skis and snowboards and
Right.
whatnot, right? That because you like that stuff, right? Similar to me in real estate. Because I really like real estate. I want to do it all. There's many things I haven't done yet, but within residential, I've done townhomes, I've done condos, single family, rehabs, rentals, owner finance, my favorite, Airbnbs. I've done owner finance flips. I've done sub 2 flips, sub 2 keeps. My own house was a sub 2 when I moved in it. I call them self flips, where you flip to yourself. And there's so many variations of the different things you can do, and I really enjoy it. So I want to know it all.
Right.
You know, Jim Rohn he died. He was heavy into MLM, multi-level marketing. But he was a great philosopher, communicator, motivator. His quote that really sticks with me is, anything worth doing is worth doing badly. And if you think about that, he's totally right. And if I think about how I've gotten into things, for example, 3 months ago, I didn't know anything about ATVs. Anything. I bought one, and now I know a lot about ATVs. But if I hadn't bought that first one, it won't stick. You know, it's not real. I think that's what Jim Rohn meant. And anything worth doing is worth doing badly. So I knew I wanted to get into ATVs. That's part of the software, you know, because you can understand Jim Rohn. Anything worth doing is worth doing badly. Okay, well, shoot, if this is worth doing, if this is what I want to do, let me just do it. Even if you pay retail, even if you make a mistake, it's okay because it's not a mistake. You've learned from it. You've gotten lessons from that experience that you wouldn't otherwise have gotten, if that makes sense. So, but the software part keeps people from doing that because that's the mindset. Behind your inability to take action is fear, right? Fear of fear of the unknown, fear of the wife, fear of the neighbor, we have so many fears, and that's all personal to us, right? Some people have just ridiculous fears when they share them. Dude, really? That's what you're fearing? And other people have legitimate fears. Oh, shit, well, you know, it's just different circumstances, right? That's a very good exercise, by the way, is just to sit down and do a resource analysis. Okay, what do I have? You know, and once you put down on paper what you have, what you're working with, you find that you're pretty resourceful. Most people don't realize how valuable their credit is, for example, because they don't know how to utilize it. Most people use it for bad things, right? For buying consumer stuff, buying stuff like TVs and cars and things that don't give you money. It's not really an asset in my book. Kiyosaki puts it real, you know Kiyosaki, right? He puts it real simple. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket. A liability is something that takes money away from your pocket. He calls your home a liability because you're paying into it. You're paying the mortgage, taxes, insurance, maintenance, repairs, and whereas a rental, he calls that an asset because even though you're paying all that, you still have a surplus on top of that via the rent money. That's your monthly cash flow. So by that definition, we should be using our credit to buy assets, income producing things. That's very general. That could apply to many things. But the reason I love real estate is because it's the only game where the bank lends you money to go make money. You know, your experience. That's another great asset. Once I put my mind to something, I can accomplish goals. Yes, I'm disciplined. You know, I'm a hard worker. You know, I don't make excuses. You see, all the positive attributes that you know you have, and you when you look at this, holy smokes, man, I'm pretty resourceful. You know, I just need a little guidance here, a little tweaks here and there. I need the how-to, right? But that's the easy part. What you really have to work on constantly is the software part, and that's the conditioning, right? The software that's running your mind right now, and how you filter in the world, and how if you look at that cup, you know, is it good or bad? You know, so it's cup is a cup, but perception, right? And that's one of our mental faculties, and you want to learn about that mental faculty. Like you're perceiving that cup now, and you might think it's the worst cup in the world because, well, it's empty, you know, it's paper, it's just sitting there, it's gonna decay, whatever, right? And I may think it's the greatest cup in the world because, man, it's biodegradable and it's empty. That means it was used and nothing's gonna waste. See how different perspective? It's a cup, but you're looking at it totally different than I am. So what is the truth? So you wanna make sure that your beliefs have a good foundation, right? And are serving you. It's something I had to learn when I was going through this process about software, about questioning our beliefs. And now we're getting into the ego, because the ego is what keeps us from questioning ourselves. The ego is so full of pride and leave them alone, right? I got this. I'm tough. I'm a man. I know what I'm doing. The ego is what keeps us from growing, keeps us from staying humble and staying green. You know, if you're green, you're growing, right? I believe God set it up. You know, if there is no plateau. Hey, man, you're either going this way, you're going this way. So we might as well choose this way, right? We might as well choose growth and step into growth. That's the software part. That's the mindset part. And once you get that, this game becomes easier. Any game becomes easier because you're in control. You realize how powerful you are. You realize how much you can influence the things around you. But until you you've always had it, but until we take back that power, and oh shit, you know, I really am in control. I can heavily influence my outcomes based on my beliefs. So most people do this. They focus on results, right? And that's what people look at. Results. Oh man. The accolades, right? The Lamborghini, the big house, the money, whatever symbol means success to you, right? That's what most people focus on, and they want that. They're unwilling to do the work to get that, to get there, because if you trace it back, okay, behind results, what's behind results? Okay, what needed to happen behind results, right? And behind results there were circumstances. Results they don't happen by themselves. There's circumstances. There's a law. It's cause and effect. Cause and effect. It's at work all the time. Cause and effect, right? So you did certain things. That was your behavior. You behaved. You did something. Okay. And what's underneath that? Oh, well, to behave, I mean, no one does anything without first thinking it. It always comes down to thoughts, right? So then most people focus on the end game results when they should be focusing on what caused this? What is the essence of these results, right? And it's thoughts. It comes down to thought. But this equals work. Software work, mental work. I mean, going back to the ego. For you to get good at this game, you have to tame the ego. You don't know it all. Humble your ass down. I have something to learn here. I have to question my beliefs. I have to question my thoughts, and realize that you could be wrong. I mean, if you're not getting the results you want, maybe that's a symbol, because the law is always at work. Cause and effect. It's a law. And that's why I love real estate. If your mind is not there, if you don't think it's possible for you to ever buy a house, you're never gonna pick up a book or get some guidance on how to, right? So it starts with the software, but the software equals thoughts. Thoughts equals work, taming the ego, and that's very personal. And that's what the whole industry of self-development is.